The two best teams, I think, going in the American League are going in the championship series, and that's the Sox and Yankees. And I think for fans and cities and you know, media, this is the only way to have it.
There's nothing bigger than Yankees-Red Sox.
The rivalry has never been this close in the history of it. And I really believe that the only thing separating them was one swing of the bat from Aaron Boone.
We walked off that field here at Game 7 about the same time last year. That gut-wrenching feeling you felt the whole offseason. But I think that makes you stronger and tougher, and here we are.
You know, a lot of people want to make a big deal about last year. Well, this team's a little different than last year.
The Boston Red Sox were favored coming into the series.
We were 5 outs away last year, and Schilling and Folk short. Having two aces, having Schilling and Martinez, makes our team tough.
I liked our chances last year. I really like it.
Our bench is definitely better now. We joke, we say that they could actually be better than the team we're throwing out there.
I love playoff time. You play for it, guys.
This team is super loose. I mean, I think they almost go out of their way to be the anti-Yankees. The way they wear their hair, the way they let their shirt tails hang out.
All right, let's try not to have a good batting practice today.
You know, our organization has been lenient with us.
I hope it snows tonight.
I do believe that we're each our own person, but I don't think it looks that bad at all.
I think this group has kind of found their identity. I think every year the identity's different, and I think this group, they just really like to play baseball.
You think you're going to beat the Yankees?
We better. If not, we're in deep trouble. In my dreams.
The awesome thing about being a starting pitcher is you have the ability to make 50,000 people shut up when you're on the road.
1918, baby!
I'm not sure I can think of any scenario more enjoyable than making 55,000 people from New York shut up.
But for Schilling to accomplish just that, he'd have to overcome a torn tendon sheath in his ankle, which he had suffered in Game 1 of the ALDS.
I went out to the bullpen and had probably the worst bullpen in my career. But mentally, I just shrugged it off and thought, you know, okay, it's one of those nights. I'll be fine once the game starts. It was horrible. I did make adjustments. They pounded every mistake I made.
Here comes Jeter. Here comes A-Rod. Matsui stands at second with a double. Now coming home to score is Sheffield. And the Yankees lead it 5-0.
Schilling's opponent, meanwhile, could do no wrong.
Messina perfect through 6.
Still, Boston did fight back.
How many teams trailing by 8 runs in the 7th inning, having a perfect game thrown against them, come back and make a game of it? The Red Sox are tenacious and they don't panic.
But the Red Sox' valiant effort wasn't enough, and Game 1 was lost. Their second ace in the hole was also outpitched in Game 2.
John Lieber, you thought Messina was good last night. This guy's been unbelievable tonight.
We have to score off their starting pitching. That's the key to the series. We don't want to let John Lieber go 7+ innings and be there with Pedro Martinez.
Lieber was outstanding, while Pedro fought through his past in the face of 55,000.
It's not looking good for the Red Sox in the very sense of what Lieber was able to do, and also Pedro pitched really well.
Pedro did pitch well, but once again the Red Sox hitters were left swinging at air.
I'll take responsibility for this. I mean, I 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts. You know, I'm the catalyst on this team.
So now the Red Sox were down 2 games to none, and they had even graver concerns.
I think this is the time to talk more about the Schilling situation. His status for not only the rest of this series, but for the rest of the postseason right now doesn't look good.
What's the feeling in this team, the mood of the team down 0-2?
We're okay. And we know our backs to the wall, but and we haven't played our best games yet.
Would you classify Game 3 as a must-win?
Oh, it definitely is, because the Yankees really don't lose 4 in a row.
And this is a nightmare for the Red Sox and their fans, looking at a 3-0 deficit in this series. And the hits just keep sailing out of this batter's box. One guy after another swinging from his heels for the Yankees.
The Yankees have a stranglehold on this series. They have a 3-game lead.
How do you come back from this? Being embarrassed on your home diamond by your most hated rival.
Interesting to me just exactly what's said in that Boston clubhouse after the game tonight.
We didn't have a meeting, but to a man in our clubhouse, we all said, this is not how we want to go out.
I mean, I know you're from Masson, and I know you grew up a Red Sox fan, but don't count the Sox out.
You know, we were down 0-3 so quick. All odds are against you.
It hasn't happened in the history of baseball. But don't let us win today. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't let us win today and give them Pedro tomorrow and then Schilling Game 6, and then anything can happen in Game 7.
If there's an intangible I bring, I mean, I'm not a very good player, but, you know, in the clubhouse, I like to keep everybody loose.
This is the way we like it. Down and out, and then BAM! Sox Nation take over. We were pink.
We were so loose. I was proud to see that. We knew we could come back.
They like to talk about this renegade bunch and the idiots, and last year it was Cowboy up. They're going to need all that swagger. They're going to need all that confidence.
We're going to fight you tooth and nail. You know, if you knock us out, that's fine. But we're going to give you all we have.
But all they had didn't appear to be enough, for in Game 4, the Yankees held a 1-run lead in the 9th with their primetime playoff closer on the mound.
The Red Sox are 3 outs away from being swept.
All we kept instilling each other is to take one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time.
And there's life for the Red Sox. A pinch runner, Dave Roberts, is going to come in for Boston.
Right before I was going to take the field, you know, Terry looked at me and just gave me a wink. And I knew what that meant right there.
The world knows he was trying to steal second.
We weren't going to beat those guys conventionally. I had to push the envelope and be aggressive.
He goes. Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
In my opinion, that was the #1 biggest play. When he stole second base, if he doesn't steal that, we're going home.
He's not going to bunt. He swings and lines right up the middle into center field. A base hit. Roberts hits third. Here he comes. Bernie Williams throw. The game is tied. Rivera has blown a save, and the Red Sox have life.
Unlike Rivera, Boston's bullpen didn't allow a run for the next 3 innings. Still tied in the 12th, up came Big Papi.
Ortiz, so many times the hero for the Red Sox.
Talking to David last year after the Game 7 loss in New York, you could see it in his eyes how sad he was, not for himself, but for everybody around Boston. The day I came over here, he said, we have a chance to turn those tears into smiles. And that's something that never stopped driving him.
We move to the bottom of the 12th, the 4-4 game.
Swing and a drive. Deep to right. Way back. And this ball is gone. Jump on him back, fellas. The Red Sox win. David Ortiz.
This is a team that never give up. We're 3-1 right now. You never know. Things can change. You never know what can happen from now on.
That just kind of maybe stole the momentum, I guess, a little bit away from him.
What it did was dignify the series. The sweep would have been intolerable here.
Ortiz also provided the spark in Game 5 when he came up in the 8th with the Sox trailing 4-2.
Swing and a drive deep to left center. Way back by the monster seats and gone.
That's all I do is hit. You know, I don't go out there and play defense and make a play for my team. I got to worry about what I do with my bat, and whenever I get the chance, I got to get it done.
Last night, the Red Sox waited around until the 9th to tie it at 4. Tonight, they do it in the 8th.
Once again, the bullpen was magnificent, led by Wakefield in his 3 scoreless innings. Still tied in the 14th, and at the plate, Big Papi fouled off pitch after pitch, trying desperately to get that winning run across the plate.
This has been a very long, productive at-bat for Ortiz. He hopes to make it really productive with a game-winning hit.
Swing and he muscles one. Shallow center. Base hit. And here comes David to win it. The Red Sox are going to New York for a Game 6. And David Ortiz does it again.
What David Ortiz has done is miraculous. He's carried us on his shoulders.
The Yankees, I think, really have to think about who's their Big Papi, right?